Hello everyone, welcome back. So in this module, we will discuss about Telangana State Counselling. So the counselling authority which is responsible for Telangana State Quota Counselling is KNR University of Health Sciences. So the official link to the counselling authority is given in the resources section. Request all of you to log into the counselling authority website and do check the current rules updates for 2022 counselling process. So Telangana has around 5,200 plus MBBS seats, and for the state quota, that is for the state government quota seats, only domiciles are eligible. For the management and NRI quota candidates, for the state quota seats, you should have domicile status. Students outside Telangana are eligible to register or are allowed to register for the management or the NRI category seats. Now the application fees for competent quota is around 3,500 for OC, and for management quota the application fees are around 6,300 rupees. Telangana has two applications, one for the competent authority quota and other one is for the management quota. So if you are willing to participate for both the category of seats, then you should apply for both, that is for the competent quota and for the management quota. The fee structure for the government category, that let's say in Andhra Pradesh many of them are comfortable saying it is A category, it is on 60,000 per annum. For the management category seats, the fee structure varies anywhere between 11.5 lakh to 14 lakh per annum. For the NRI category seats, the tuition fees varies from 21 to 22 lakhs per annum to 28 lakh per annum. Based on the college, the tuition fee varies a little bit. Now the fee structures of 2021 is updated already for your quick and easy reference. As soon as the 2022 fee structures are announced, it will be updated in the same section for your quick understanding. Now, how to check the medical college fee structures? You can go to the resources section of this course, click on the fee structure tab, navigate to the college which you want to check, and you'll find the fee structure. So we keep updating this sheet as I just mentioned. As soon as 2022 fee structures are announced, you can see the details over here. So things to consider during option entries. Now, I've been telling this across all the modules that I've done till now. This is something that's common. If you've already watched modules for Karnataka or any other state, you will see these points are quite common because this is important and this is what you have to be very cautious about in your whole counseling process. Everything is dependent on your choice entry, your option entry, or what we also call your preference order. You can give any number of preferences. There is no one would limit you that you can put only 5, 10, 15, nothing like that. You can put all the available choices that you have. But before you make your preference order, the points that you have to consider is look at the rank cutoffs of last year and before last year to understand how the meritorious candidates of last year have exercised their options. Do look at the fee structures of this year. Also understand the miscellaneous fee structure, hostel fee structure, and other things that is there along with the tuition fees. You should spend quite a lot of time to understand about the college. You have to check the year of establishment, whether it is established this year, last year, are the seats recognized, permitted, did they lose permission in between sometime, the infrastructure of the college, the hostel facilities, the academic quality of the college, other miscellaneous fees around, and how easy or difficult it is to travel from the college. It's very, very important that we spend enough time on this before the seat allotment, because once the seat is allotted and you don't take up for some reason, you find the college being very far, you find the hostel is very dirty, or you find no, the food is not good at all, because each student is different and each student has a different requirement. So we cannot generalize that okay, everyone wants this only. So based on your comfort, based on your requirement, you make your preference order and do enough research before the seat allotment, not after seat allotment, because after seat allotment you also have to face penalties and consequences of not taking up a seat after allotment. So document verification will be online and candidates have to upload scanned copies of the document during the application process itself. So the final verification of the documents will be conducted post seat allotment at the college level. Now this process happened this year. We don't know for 2022, will they do physical verification of documents before the seat allotment, or will it be the same system of online verification in the beginning, and later after seat allotment there'll be physical verification. So do check for 2022 updated rules and guidelines. So the round 1, candidates have to exercise, because it is online, so you have to exercise choice. So you have to exercise your choices, your options also online. So the web options dates will be given during the stipulated time. We have to do our web options. So you cannot change the uploaded options for MBBS BDS course once the notified time for the web options is over. If you do not join the course after allotment, then you'll not be eligible for exercising web options for the subsequent rounds of counseling. So this is what I said. You will have penalties, consequences which you have to face post seat allotment. So let's reduce that facing penalties and consequences. Let's do enough research before the seat allotment and make sure our preference order is really what we want. So round 2, no fresh registrations to participate in phase 2 of the counseling will be allowed. So you can do fresh options. So fresh options have to be filled in, and you have to save it within the stipulated time. So round 3, mop-up round will be held online, and the candidates whose names are available in the merit list can exercise web options. So for the competent quota and management quota, candidates who want to slide through from MQ to CQ can certainly do it. And from round 1 to round 2, you have upgrade option, but you don't have upgrade option from round 2 to round 3. So candidates who've been allotted seats in the previous phase of the counseling and who have not joined or discontinued the course after joining are not eligible to exercise the options for additional mop-up round, that is for the additional mop-up phase of counseling. And candidates who've already been admitted in the AIQ, in MCC, deemed, who already joined the colleges, who've taken up the seats, are not eligible for the mop-up. So the major highlights of Telangana State Counselling is, you have 2 applications, one for the competent quota and one for the management quota, similar to Andhra Pradesh, and similar to, so the major highlights of Telangana State Counselling is, similar to Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu, Telangana also has 2 applications, one for competent quota and one for management quota. So if you want to be eligible for both the category of seats, then you have to apply for both competent and management. So in Telangana, fresh option entry for each round is mandatory. So candidates have to check the SMSs. So candidates have to check the emails and SMS. So candidates have to check SMS and emails regularly for any clarifications asked by the verification officer during your online verification of documents. So the common mistakes which students might end up doing during the counseling phase is lack of research about the college and doing the research or spending lack of research about the college before seat allotment, not aware about the fee structure. So you should be very careful when exercising your choices that you are only putting in what you want, not saving the options. Once you're done with your web options, you should also save the options. So that's very, very important. And not familiar with the penalties and with the consequences. Now let's say in MCC, you get a seat and you don't take it, it's no big deal because they're not being aware about the penalties and consequences. Like let's say in MCC, in deemed universities, in round 1 you get something, you don't take, it's a free exit, there is no penalty at all. But in round 1 you get something, you get a seat allotted and you don't take, you lose your 2 lakh rupees. It is still fine because they're not banning you from participating in the mop-up round. If you want to participate in mop-up round, you're losing this 2 lakh, but you can again re-register. But in Telangana state or in Karnataka or in a couple of other states, this option is not there. In round 2, you get something and you don't take it up. The penalty is you're not eligible for the further rounds at all. That is for the mop-up round and the stray vacancy rounds. So that's a penalty. You can never think of taking up you cannot think of taking up a seat in the same state later on because you've been debarred. You cannot take up the seat in the subsequent rounds. So you should be very cautious and careful and understand the penalty rules well before putting up your preference order. So the rest common mistakes, I think this slide is quite common for all the states, for all the modules that you're seeing, because these are common mistakes which people do during the counseling phase, because the stress levels are really high, and we know that this is the most important phase. Parents are also a little stressed out. Parents will also be a little stressed out. Students, because they're still 12th pass, so they'll also be a little stressed out as they're going through the system for the first time. So if you understand the rules and regulations well and do it accordingly, I'm sure you increase your chances of getting the best seat for the score that you have and for the fee structure that you're willing to spend. Thank you.